We had about 7 hours to get from the airport in Las Vegas all the way over to Zion National Park. Mary Martha had the big idea to stop off at Valley of Fire State Park. It was probably nearly 100 degrees out in the sand. Needless to say, we endured and sweat, but it was a lot of fun. Our lodging was at Zion Mountain Ranch Resort, about 18 or 19 miles east of Zion National Park. Very rustic. He can go faster if he wants to. It's all right. Come on, Mary Martha, just go slow. He'll get out of your way.
La jumelle, ses parents sont au Japon, quoi. Ah. La tête du Japon, c'est pas trop.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. When we got home, we realized that 13 people had died on Angel's Landing since 2004, and it's listed as one of the 5 most dangerous hiking trails in America. We were planning to hike the Narrows in Zion National Park, a very popular hike up the Virgin River, but it had rained and it was very muddy and high, and there had even been a rock slide. So we rearranged our plans to take a trip on a 4x4 Jeep tour up through a slot canyon out of Orderville, Utah.
I might need a hand. Okay. Now put your
left foot up on the wall as high as you can.
All right. Well, I'm over the top. Let's put it that way. This ain't gonna be easy. It's not. It's technical in a sense.
Super.
No, but it's still, you gotta kind of get used to it. You're not sure.
The first time I did it, I was, what?
Yes.
And then after a couple times,
Well,
bad.
Now put this hand down by your hip right here.
okay, then my other arm,
Perfect. You're doing great.
or in here.
Okay, way around.
Yep, you're just gonna lay it not crack. I can take this hand from you.
Now baby
I'll let you
step,
take this.
baby step up that wall a little bit.
Keep it nice.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right. Now you're just gonna begin to lay yourself
All right, I'm
over.
gonna grab your arm here and you're gonna push off the wall with that hand. Nice job.
Don't lean backwards.
Yeah, do not lean backwards.
Our Waterloo. And there's the little piece of tree that.
Does anyone else think?
All right, here we go.
What's
This
the
is
other
how
guy's
we.
name?
Red.
Red. Yeah, Cal and Red. Thank you.
So, you can come down that way. I'm going to show you another way.
All right, here you are.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wave, or they can.
It's a little less than a 2-hour drive from Zion National Park to Bryce Canyon National Park. You go up Highway 89 north and then take a right onto Scenic Highway number 12. And you sure know you're getting close when you get into the Red Rock region.
Yeah, we went from whatever sunset lookout or point down all the way to the creek bed. All kinds of hiking trails down here. But I think we're just going to make a loop just to say we did it. Back up there somewhere.
We checked out of the Best Western Grand at Bryce Canyon and knew that we had a 6-hour drive ahead of us and that we would see a lot of neat sights along Scenic Highway 12 on the way over to Moab, Utah. We were able to stay at Red Cliffs Lodge, which is 14 miles east of Moab. It also houses the American Western Movie Museum, which we found very interesting and enjoyed our stay there.
That is the lobby and the registration area. A little bit of a cafe or a bar and grill in there, and then we're in room 301. And so this is called the Red Cliff Inn, 14 miles east on the Colorado River from Moab, Utah. Our room is got pretty different. It's kind of rustic. You know, all of this going on here. And then got a step down here and watch this.
How come you're naked?
And then we're out here. And that's the Colorado River out there. And that's like up there at another little restaurant up the way, part of the property. And that's
I stretched this morning. Alright. So here's another one here. Not small. More like an elephant type foot.
Meteor
Park. Below that cliff, about 1,000 feet, is the Colorado River.
Reservation.
So now, personal question: how old is this?
our tour guide for the 4x4 Jeep tour, both for Arches National Park as well as Canyonland National Park, was Joshua May. He originally, I think, was from Boston, Massachusetts. Very talkative and a very interesting fellow, and we enjoyed his hosting us on our tour.
The dark spots up there, they weren't like super tall humans. They had a hill here, and they cleared it out for the road construction. That's what we got going on there. Now you see the guy with the spear right up here? Okay. So they didn't have the bow and arrow until 500. So before that, they're using all spears at the at-level spear. Before they might throw like some seeds over there and come back a year later and grab some things that have been eaten by animals. So around 500, they tend to their crops more often. So it increased the population.
Oh yeah.
I have more vertigo.
This is where the filming of that car scene with Thelma and Louise running off.
Not my jam. I'm not into a mountain biker, but if you're into it, cool.
We'll do the group. Okay. Want to do the group here, sweetie?
Like if you roll your RV over, you're not just going to kill yourself. You're going to hit the car below you. So like there was a little kid, he was autistic yesterday afternoon, so I didn't get on him, but he was throwing rocks over the edge.
Oh.
And I was like, Maverick, no. At the beginning of the year, she was autistic, and the parents were loving how I was dealing. I'm like, well, I've dealt with people like that, special needs people all my life, not a big deal. But by the end, we were shooting the breeze, and that song, but that's like 15 years ago when my niece was watching it. And so like you watch the reruns, he watches it once and memorizes it, and then he'll sing the songs from that show for like years. And that's pretty. Once you're done, take a look. Yeah, Wade forgot to put his
Mary Martha, back up. Back up, Mary Martha.
The next morning we got up and we drove south out of Moab. Me and a friend of mine had driven this same area 2 or 3 years earlier. I remembered this arch on the road going south down towards Montezuma, and we hiked up all the way up to the arch.
No, you get in. Don't get to get in.
Later I wanted to show Mary Martha some Indian ruins that were Anasazi areas that had still pottery shards laying on the ground for at least 1,000 years right there on the surface near Devil's Canyon. So by the time we got to Golding's Lodge, which is one of the only places to really stay nearby at the Navajo National Monument, we were ready to basically get ready to go on our tour with the Navajo guide.
sleep right by the door. In the morning, when they get up, 175,000 Navajo live on the reservation and 125,000 live off the reservation in different states and different countries. There's not a lot of jobs here, so they have to go out to find jobs in the city. So a lot of them don't stay here in the that protect us. The 4 sacred mountains. They surround the Navajo reservation. They say this is the first world, the black world. Hesper's Peak. This is where the insects came from. Then you go to the second world, the white world. That's where the wolf, the deer, the bear came from. Was right there on top. This is the white world, the second mountain. And then he went to the third mountain, is the blue world. That's where the fish.
This video is especially for Bart because this is John Ford Point where they filmed a lot of John Wayne movies.
Last time we met was all together like this was last month.
Oh, really? Well, that was
Because we
special.
got different tours.
Yeah. Sure.
Different schedules.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
So sometimes we get lucky and we all end up like this.
Oh, okay.
No.
After leaving Golding's Lodge that next morning, I wanted to see the Betatakan Cliff Dweller ruins, and we took a little detour off of US 160 West for about an hour so we could hike out to the vantage point to see the ruins from across the gorge. And from there, it was up Highway 98 towards Page, Arizona to see some sights at Lake Powell, the Glen Canyon Dam, and the Colorado River, and then just the sights on the way south down towards the Grand Canyon from Page, Arizona. One of the popular sites is Horseshoe Bend in the Colorado River, just a few miles south of the dam. Right on the side of the road. It's not spectacular, but it is one of the wildlife species here around the Grand Canyon Park. Hey, I don't know.
But yeah, the highest point on the East Coast is Mitchell, 6,684 feet. And we're at,
Are we at 7? This is the largest fragment of the meteor from Meteor Crater near Winslow, Arizona that they found to date. It is about a 45-minute drive east of Flagstaff, Arizona, and I thought it was worthwhile to see this. It's about a mile wide and 600 feet deep. Just south of Flagstaff, you get onto 89A going south, and it'll take you down into a valley, very, very green and pine covered with lots of foliage, down into the resort town of Sedona, Arizona, which has great shopping and restaurants and a nice place just to sit down and relax and take a few hikes and other tours. So that's just what we did. We took a 4x4 pink Jeep tour down into the Honanke ruins, which was several miles outside of Sedona, where the Sinagua people, which are ancestors of the Hopi tribes today, had inhabited these cliff dwellings. And again, there were lots of petroglyphs and structures, a lot of stone masonry, you might say, for their shelters and their houses and units. As we left Sedona, we went south on Highway 179, and my eye caught this place of business that had signs hanging all over the facade and around the walls and fences. I collect old advertising signs, so this was a place we just had to stop and pull over and let me walk through it and see what all was there. Of course, he had a lot of signs. He had a lot of outdoor decor and garden items and indoor items. He had everything. Seemed like quite an eclectic character to own a gallery such as this. We stopped off 2 or 3 times on our way further south as we were heading in the Phoenix direction. One place we wanted to stop was called Montezuma's Castle, which was an ancient cliff dwelling occupied by the Sinagua people, again thought to be ancestors of the Hopi tribes of today.